What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another WWE 2K15 WrestleMania 31 simulation. This time, it's a big one, baby. It's the Intercontinental title ladder match. 7 men. I'm sorry, 7 men. You can only have 6 men in 2K15. So R-Truth, unfortunately, has to sit this one out. But the 2K15 6-man ladder match is what's happening right here. And of course, you can't hang the title from the rafters, so the Money in the Bank briefcase is hanging high above the ring, and that's what they're going to be going after. I don't understand it either. You know, there's certain match types that are missing, but we work with what we have. Bad News Barrett, Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose, Luke Harper, R-Truth, and Stardust. This is going to be one hell of a match. This is probably the match that most wrestling fans are looking forward to, probably more than just about anything else. It's some of their favorite superstars, some of the best superstars, the best workers right now, especially Dolph and Daniel Bryan, man. The Intercontinental title. Let's talk about the IC title for a little bit as these entrances finish up. It's had its highs and lows, okay? It was at its peak, I'd say, early 90s. Early to mid 90s, it was at its peak. The Bret Harts, Mr. Perfect, Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels, etc., etc. That era was definitely the strongest, in my opinion, the strongest Intercontinental title era that they've had. Since then, it kind of dwindled down. I mean, in the Attitude Era, it was still kind of there. Think about it. Triple H, The Rock, Austin, it was still very much the next guy's title. But not as much emphasis was put on it as as compared to the years prior. But as time went on, we get into the Ruthless Aggression Era. Then it kind of started to dwindle away, and then now we're in the Reality Era, and it's I don't want to say it's insignificant because, again, I grew up with the old school wrestling. I grew up when it meant something. So for me to say the Intercontinental title is insignificant, it pains me to say that. But it's almost accurate. But WrestleMania has a lot riding on it because this is an opportunity to kind of bring these titles, these lower card titles, the U.S. title, the Intercontinental title, to bring them back to prominence a little bit. And I'm going to give you my prediction right off the bat. It's going to be most likely Daniel Bryan. And if it's not Daniel Bryan, it's going to be Dolph Ziggler. I'd be very surprised if it was anyone besides those two. Obviously, I'm rooting for Dolph for obvious reasons. But I'd kind of be surprised if Daniel Bryan didn't take it home just to kind of appease the fans who feel like he should be in a better position at WrestleMania. I mean, not for nothing. But this is probably, I don't want to say the most talked about match. This match is going to steal the show. This is one of those matches that just we're going to be talking about. When they took Money in the Bank out of WrestleMania, I'm about to go on a whole nother rant here, people. When they took Money in the Bank out of WrestleMania, I was so disappointed because it was so perfect for WrestleMania. It was an opportunity for people that are damn good at what they do to really, not to run this catchphrase into the ground, but to show off and to show what they're capable of doing, to showcase themselves and their abilities. When Money in the Bank was taken away, it felt like something. It's like what's going to happen when The Undertaker doesn't wrestle at WrestleMania. It's going to feel like something is missing. To me, since they took Money in the Bank away, every year it has felt like something is missing from WrestleMania. And they kind of tried to replace it with the Andre Battle Royal, which is cool. The Battle Royal is cool, but it's like the Battle Royal is for the lower mid-carders, and the Money in the Bank ladder match is for like the upper mid-carders who are getting ready to just peak, you know what I mean? But either way, one way or another, this is going to be one hell of a match, and that's what's most important. Money in the Bank aside, title prominence aside, all that stuff. This is going to be one hell of a wrestling match with great wrestlers who are going to put on a damn good show and put their bodies and lives on the line, as the promo packages like to say. in one of the most brutal matches that you could possibly do, a multi-ladder match. If you've seen the previous Money in the Bank ladder matches, you know damn well what you're in store for. So now that an actual and maybe it's just me, this almost feels more important than a Money in the Bank match, because this isn't for a future title shot. This isn't for something that could potentially happen down the line. This is like, if you win, you get a title. So when there's 7 men scratching and clawing and biting and punching and kicking each other trying to get to that title, it makes the title appear more important than it has appeared in recent months, years, and eras. You know what I mean? So this is not only a chance for WWE to give one of these superstars a big shot and a big push and a big moment. It's also a chance for the Intercontinental title to look more important. And that makes me happy. That makes young Chris, who grew up with WWE and who grew up watching, Mr. Perfect and Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, in his IC title days and all that kind of stuff, that makes that Chris very happy. And it makes current Chris very happy as well. So, as I said, I'm pulling for Dolph for obvious reasons, but I would have to think it's going to go to Daniel Bryan. Let's talk about Dean Ambrose for a second. Oh, by the way, make sure you guys leave your thoughts in the comment section below for who you think is going to come out with the IC title in hand. Let's talk about Ambrose for a second. Ambrose is and has been for quite some time one of my top favorites. He's in my Booker T Fave 5, no doubt. He's like in the top 2 Booker T Fave 5, sitting next to Dolph Ziggler. But he's cooling off. And that makes me really mad because he's such a unique talent. He's such a special performer. There's no one like Dean Ambrose in the WWE. There hasn't been someone like Dean Ambrose in WWE for quite some time. If you would have told me 6 months ago, 6, 7, 8 months ago, how long has the Shield been split? Almost getting close to a year, right? Close to coming up on a year, a couple months it'll be a year. I don't know, 6, 7 months maybe. I don't know. I don't know exactly. I forget what month they split in. If you told me right before the Shield split that Reigns is number 1, Rollins is number 2, and Ambrose is number 3, as far as like ranking them would go as solo performers, I would have laughed in your face. I would have laughed in your face. I would have said, no way. I would have said Ambrose is going to be the breakout guy. Reigns is going to be pushed because of how he looks, and Rollins, unfortunately, might fall to the wayside and, end up in a mid-card feud with people like Dolph Ziggler and people like Daniel Bryan, that type of stuff, when they relegate Daniel Bryan back to the mid-card, which is, ridiculous in its own right, but that's another story. If you told me, Ambrose was going to be at the bottom of that list and probably, I definitely don't want to say least popular. That's not what I'm going for here. Just as far as ranking within the company, Reigns has a title shot at WrestleMania. Rollins has a Money in the Bank briefcase. You can bank on him being the champion within the next few months, without a doubt. Ambrose is now fighting in a multi-man ladder match for the undercard title. You know what I mean? So as far as ranking goes, Ambrose is the lowest of the 3, and I'm shocked by that. Compared to what I would have thought months ago, I'm shocked by that. Now let's continue talking about other people in this ladder match, because these ladder matches take a long time in 2K15, so we got some time to talk about some stuff. Let's talk Stardust. Why there's no Stardust versus Goldust at WrestleMania with a big stipulation to it, I have no idea. Throwing Stardust in the IC title match and throwing Goldust in the Battle Royal is beyond me. I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't have much to say, honestly, besides that. And normally I got a lot to say. You guys know normally I got a lot to say about stuff, but I don't necessarily understand why. Stardust versus Goldust, is it going to be, a barn burner, or are people going to be talking about it for years to come? Maybe not. Can it be a potentially show-stealing match? Can it be a great match between the two? And a story with emotion and logic behind it, and just something that longtime fans will appreciate? Absolutely. It could absolutely be that. And not only has Cody Rhodes been just busting his ass, I guess to an extent, the Intercontinental ladder match is a step up as opposed to fighting Goldust one-on-one for Cody. But I feel like it's almost not fair to Goldust. You know what I mean? I feel like Goldust deserves that chance to go one-on-one with his brother like he's wanted to do for years and finally have that moment. So I'm slightly disappointed by that fact because I don't see Stardust winning this match. It's a possibility. It's a pretty far-fetched possibility, but it's a possibility. It's a possibility, you know. Not going to deny it. It's very much possible that someone that is not expected to win, such as maybe a Luke Harper or an R-Truth. I don't see Harper getting the belt again. I don't see that. I think they kind of just needed to fill bodies, and that's why Harper is kind of still teetering in this IC title picture in some way, shape, or form. By the way, what is Eric Rowan doing? I mean, he'll probably be in the Battle Royal, but what? In my opinion, they split the Wyatt family up way too early. Maybe not necessarily Wyatt family. They split just Harper and Rowan too early. But that brings us to Wade Barrett. Been a fan of Wade Barrett for a while. I dig Wade Barrett. He hasn't looked as strong as he could. You know what I mean? He could have been booked a little stronger in this IC title picture. I mean, I kind of like the whole hot potato belt thing. It's kind of corny, but it's kind of got an old school feel to it. You know, it's kind of something that would happen way back in the day. You know, Doink would steal something from I don't know, Crush, and then, you know, Bob Backlund would then come and steal it from him. I don't know. It just has an old school feel to it, and I kind of like it. R-Truth has been hilarious also these past few weeks. I've always gotten a chuckle out of R-Truth. Not going to be at the top of the card anytime soon. Not going to be anybody's world heavyweight champion, but you know what? He's a good character. He makes me laugh. When he's on commentary, I'm usually cracking up for a little bit. Just because of the shit that he says, especially when put next to Booker T. The shit that comes out of Booker T's mouth, and then whatever comes out of R-Truth's mouth, it's just, there should be a TV show just devoted to trying to decipher what those two are saying. But all in all, I think this will probably be another moment for Daniel Bryan. I could absolutely see Dolph winning. I kind of hope Dolph does. I also hope Ambrose does. There's a lot of great talent in this match, and it's kind of going to be a shame for any of them to not come out with a victory when there's a handful of them that probably deserve it. But deserve is a very subjective word. You know, people that go around saying Reigns doesn't deserve to be in the title match, that's a subjective opinion. You know what I mean? People that say, oh, Dolph deserves to be the champion. That's my opinion, but again, that's just an opinion. That's my way of looking at it. You could argue that Stardust deserves to be champion with as much work as he's put in over the years as Cody Rhodes, all his different gimmicks from, you know, I almost said Evolution. Not Evolution. Randy Orton and Legacy. I don't know why I was only thinking Evolution. From Legacy Cody Rhodes to Dashing Cody Rhodes to Grotesque Cody Rhodes to Mustache Cody Rhodes to Vanilla Babyface Cody Rhodes with his brother, you know, the Rhodes brothers, to finally Stardust. This dude is a diverse dude. This is a dude that can deliver no matter what he's given, and that's a special quality. So you can make the argument that Stardust deserves it. You can make the argument that R-Truth deserves it. Oh, he's been working so hard his entire career, and he's never really had a big, huge push, so he deserves it. You can make an argument that Barrett deserves to keep it because of how he's kind of been treated. Maybe he should have a better chance of running with the title after all the losses he's had over the past couple weeks. You can make a case. Oh, lights went out. You can make a case for absolutely anyone in this match and say that they quote unquote deserve it. Oh, Ambrose, what are you doing, Ambrose? You could have had it right there. But with all that being said, be sure to let me know in the comment section who you think is going to come out on top and what you think is going to happen to the IC title going forward. I think it should be featured a little more, and I hope whoever wins it is truly booked as the next guy. So if Ambrose wins it, he better be, you know, having some little little teaser situations with, you know, either Rollins or Reigns, whoever leaves WrestleMania with the title. Oh, but Stardust, no one's going to stop Stardust. Is Stardust going to get the Intercontinental Championship, which now looks like the Money in the Bank briefcase because of how the game is? Stardust, oh, unable to rip it down. He was on that for a while. I think whoever gets it next is going to get it. Is Barrett going to retain? Oh, can he grab it? Can he grab it? Oh, no, he doesn't grab it. And Barrett falls. Wow. And if it's Ziggler that wins it, then, you know, I want to see him being pushed with the top guys. If it's Stardust, I don't care who wins it. If it's Daniel Bryan, I want to see that person pushed with the top guys, and it's Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is your new Intercontinental Champion at WrestleMania 31 in the Mania 31 ladder match. Oh, my goodness, what a match this is going to be. Dolph Ziggler has done it. No, people, he's not Mr. Money in the Bank. Let's use our wild imaginations and picture that as the Intercontinental Championship. Dolph Ziggler will be the winner, according to WWE 2K15. And I'll be right there in the audience, chanting him on. Feeling like I sort of had a hand in that. I'm going to give him a motivational speech before his match. I'm just kidding. But that would be a huge moment. For anyone that wins this match, it's going to be a huge moment. WrestleMania is going to be big. I'm getting more and more excited about it as the days go by. Obviously, partly for obvious reasons. But there you have it. Intercontinental Championship ladder match at WrestleMania. Dolph Ziggler, according to 2K15, will be the winner. Who do you think is going to be the winner? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to leave a like on this video. Subscribe now for more, and I will catch you in the next episode.